Everybody moving to the Greenville area keeps hearing about Travelers Rest, and for a small town, the amount of hype around this place right now is pretty incredible. People talk about Travelers Rest like it's a hidden mountain town, outdoor paradise, slower paced escape, and one of the best places to live near Greenville, but once you actually start driving around Travelers Rest, you realize it feels very different from what many people expect. Some people move here and completely fall in love with the lifestyle, the mountain access, the walkability, the slower pace, and the strong sense of community. Other people get here and quickly realize, okay, this feels way smaller and quieter than I imagined. So today I'm taking you through Travelers Rest, South Carolina, so you can see what living here actually feels like in 2026. We're going to explore downtown TR, neighborhoods, home prices, lifestyle, outdoor culture, commute realities, and the things buyers moving here usually don't realize until after they've already moved. And by the end of this video, you're going to know whether Travelers Rest is actually worth all the hype or if it's become a little overrated. Let's go check it out. What's up everybody, Brian O'Neill, also known as the Tattooed Agent. On this channel we talk about what it's really like living in Greenville, South Carolina and all the surrounding communities so you can figure out which areas actually fit your lifestyle. So if you're thinking about moving to Greenville, Travelers Rest, Greer, Simpsonville, or anywhere here in the upstate, make sure you subscribe because we put out a new relocation video every single week. And honestly, one of the most requested places people ask about is Travelers Rest. So today we're going to show you the good, the bad, and the things most people don't realize before they move here. All right, so if you drive through downtown Travelers Rest, you immediately notice one thing, and it's that this place does not feel like suburban Greenville at all. The pace slows down almost instantly. You see people biking, people walking everywhere, coffee shops packed, mountain views in the background, outdoor patios, local restaurants, and people sitting outside actually talking to each other. And what stands out right away is how lifestyle focused this town feels compared to many Greenville suburbs. One of the biggest reasons Travelers Rest exploded in popularity is the Swamp Rabbit Trail, and honestly, the trail completely changed this town. You constantly see bikers, joggers, walkers, families outside, and people heading downtown directly from nearby neighborhoods. Because of that, Travelers Rest developed this really strong, outdoorsy, active, small town lifestyle identity. Now, one thing buyers moving here often expect is that Travelers Rest is actually much smaller than people imagine. Downtown itself isn't huge. You can drive through the main downtown relatively quickly, but the smaller scale is exactly why people love it. It feels more personable, more connected, and less overwhelming than larger suburban areas. All right, so now we're walking through downtown Travelers Rest, and this is where we really start to understand why people become attracted to this area. Now, one thing that surprises people is that Travelers Rest wasn't always one of the hottest places around Greenville. 10 or 15 years ago, this was simply just a quiet little town north of Greenville, but then several things happened at once. Downtown Greenville exploded in popularity. The Swamp Rabbit Trail connected Greenville to Travelers Rest. More people started working remotely, and buyers from larger cities began searching for places that offered a slower pace and access to nature. And suddenly, Travelers Rest started checking all those boxes, and people could enjoy mountain views, bike trails, local restaurants, and a small town atmosphere while still being close enough to Greenville for work and entertainment. And because Travelers Rest isn't huge, demand started growing much faster than many people expected. That's a big reason why this little town gets so much attention today. This is probably one of the most emotional, attractive places around Greenville. And what I mean by that is Travelers Rest sells a feeling more than almost any other area nearby. And when people picture living here, they imagine slower mornings, grabbing coffee downtown, biking the Swamp Rabbit Trail, mountain weekends, local restaurants, and walking instead of constantly driving and spending more time outdoors. And honestly, that lifestyle really does exist here. One thing I notice every time I'm in TR is that people are outside constantly. Compared to many suburban areas around Greenville, TR feels more community-oriented, active, connected, and experience-driven. Visually, there's always way more personality here than people expect. You've got older homes, renovated cottages, mountain style, custom builds, and newer developments tucked into the hillside. No two sections feel exactly the same, and that variety gives Travelers Rest a lot more character than some heavily suburban communities nearby. Another thing buyers moving here love is how close you are to hiking, mountain roads, waterfalls, scenic drives, North Carolina, and outdoor recreation. For many buyers relocating from larger metro areas, that becomes the lifestyle upgrade they were searching for. So now that we've talked about downtown to a core a little bit, and this is where some of the realities of Travelers Rest start showing up. One thing buyers moving to Travelers Rest often underestimate is how different the area becomes once you leave downtown, because online people imagine a cute mountain town everywhere. But in reality, some areas outside of downtown are very rural, spread out, less walkable, significantly quieter, and for some buyers that is exactly what they want, especially people looking for that privacy, trees, land, mountain atmosphere, and slower pace. But other buyers move here expecting a highly walkable lifestyle, constant activity, and realize this area is way quieter than we expected. Another thing buyers moving here should know is that the inventory in Travelers Rest is very competitive. The town itself isn't large, and there's so much land surrounding the downtown core before things become more mountainous, more rural, or farther from Greenville. What surprises many relocators is how quickly homes near downtown, Swamp Rabbit Trail, and the Mountain View areas get attention. Another thing buyers underestimate is the commute. TR feels close to Greenville, but depending on where you work daily, the drive can eventually start feeling farther than expected, especially if you commute across Greenville County, travel towards Spartanburg, or drive often during rush hour. Now, if your priorities are outdoors, slower pace, feel, scenery, the trade-off usually is worth it, but if convenience is your absolute top priority, some buyers eventually lean toward Greer, Five Forks, or even Simpsonville. Now, one thing people who love TR really appreciate is that there is always something to do if you enjoy being outside. Now, obviously the Swamp Rabbit Trail is a huge part of the life here. Whether you bike, walk, jog, or just enjoy getting outside, the trail connects Travelers Rest all the way into Greenville and has completely shaped the lifestyle of this town. The outdoor opportunities go way beyond that. You're just minutes from Paris Mountain State Park, and within a short drive, you have Table Rock, Caesar's Head, Jones Gap State Park, Bald Rock, Pretty Place Chapel, and countless waterfalls throughout the mountains. North Carolina is also close enough that weekend drives become part of the normal life. Now, downtown TR also has plenty to offer. You have local favorites like Tandem Crepe, Farmhouse Tacos, Topsoil Kitchen, breweries, coffee shops, and live music throughout the year. Trailblazer Park hosts concerts, events, and one of the most popular farmers market in the upstate, and honestly, that's what makes TR different. Weekends here don't revolve around malls or big shopping centers, they revolve around getting outside, spending time with family or friends, and simply slowing down. For a lot of people, that's exactly why they moved here in the first place. Now here's the real truth about Travelers Rest in 2026. I think the biggest mistake people make is comparing TR to other Greenville suburbs, because TR isn't trying to be Five Forks, it's not trying to be Simpsonville, it's not trying to be Greer, and it's definitely not trying to be downtown Greenville. It's trying to just be Travelers Rest, a place where people know their neighbors, a place where weekends revolve around bike rides, mountain drives, local restaurants, live music, and spending time outside instead of constantly rushing from one thing to the next. And honestly, that's exactly why this area keeps growing in popularity. People moving here aren't necessarily chasing bigger houses or perfect convenience. A lot of them are trying to escape traffic, stress, overcrowding, and the feeling that life is always moving too fast. Travelers Rest gives many people the exact opposite feeling. Now, is it perfect? Absolutely not. Some people eventually realize they miss having every convenience right around the corner. Some people decide they want larger neighborhoods or a shorter commute. But I don't think Travelers Rest is overrated. I think it's one of the most unique places here in the upstate. And the key is understanding that you're paying for lifestyle. And if that lifestyle matches what you want every day, it's hard not to love this place. So is Travelers Rest actually worth the hype? For the right person, absolutely. But I think the answer really comes down to what kind of lifestyle you want. If you love being outside, appreciate small town charm, enjoy local restaurants, want mountain access, and value community over convenience, TR might honestly be one of the best places around Greenville. But if your top priorities are huge shopping centers, endless suburban conveniences, major master plan communities, and being close to everything all the time, you may find yourself happier in Greer, Five Forks, or Simpsonville. And that's why Travelers Rest is so interesting. People either completely fall in love with it, or they quickly realize it doesn't fit their lifestyle. Neither answer is wrong. I mean, it depends on your lifestyle, but because the best place to live isn't the place with the most hype, it's a place that fits how you want to live every single day. And that's why you need to do your research. So what do you think? Would you actually live in Travelers Rest, or do you think the hype has gotten a little out of control? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you're thinking about moving to Greenville, Travelers Rest, or anywhere here in the upstate, my team and I help people relocate here every single week. We would love to help you figure out which communities actually fit your lifestyle and what area you should focus on before making that move. You can call us, text us, email us, or even schedule a Zoom call. All our contact information is down below, and if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe, because every week we put out new videos about what it's really like living in Greenville, South Carolina, and all the surrounding areas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.